All right, everybody. Old Big Jim down here at the bog, the Barlow Observation Group. Uh, I had somebody ask me one time, why, Barlow Brigade, why don't you always just talk about Barlows? Well, I'm a knife guy. I mean, my favorite pattern is the Barlow, but that's neither here nor there. I'm totally unscripted. I don't have any plan. I got way too many knives set out here to go through each and every one of them and give you a detailed uh, description of who they are and what they are. I mean, I'm gonna tell you where you can get what they are, and y'all can figure out where to get them. So it's not a big deal. But last night I was in a chat, and a gentleman asked me to show my German knives that were made in Germany, and I really have not uh, used to carry Boca Tree Band brand trappers back in the day, back in the when I first started working. That was back then. That was the thing. Had a green bone, just a regular 4 1/8 inch trapper, and that was basically my knife. I didn't. I wasn't a huge collector at that time, although I did have pocket knives because I started in the early '70s collecting. As soon as I got around the time to get out of high school, I started when I started collecting, and I graduated in '74. So soon after that is when I got my first Boca Tree brand, and I would buy one now, except they want $200 or $300 for them, and if I buy one, I want the German one. I don't want the one USA Boca or any of that kind of stuff. So, but anyway, that's all. That's just something crazy about me. But anyway, I was in a live last night with Gordon, G-Man. I've told y'all about him enough to y'all. I don't want to bore y'all or anything like that. But he's the one that asked me to show, and I'm gonna show the I think the only German knife. Now, of course, I didn't go through all. Once I got to this one box that had these knives in it, kind of, I knew this one was in there because I like it. I've carried it. It's a good knife. Not going to be any cut tests. We're not going to be assassinating any 3x5 cards. We're just going to talk about pocket knives. All right. Work Knife Wednesday. Okay. That's a pretty broad subject right there, guys. Work knife, every knife is a work knife. But you have to treat it. It's like any other tool. You're not going to go get a 9/16 wrench to remove a 5/8 inch bolt. Okay. So that statement means that a knife has limits. Just like a drill bit that drills a 1/4 inch hole is not going to drill a 1/2 inch hole. It has limits. So your pocket knife has limits. It's not a pry bar. It's not a screwdriver. Although in certain situations, if you, uh, and I've done it. I'm not, I ain't gonna tell you, but you got a long screw, and you take the tip of a knife and screw it down to get it to where it closes. But then you need to get the proper screwdriver that fits the number 2 Phillips screw to finish it screwing that in and making it tight. But that's how I roll. I'm not gonna pro mechanic, a 5-year old can of paint with the tip of one of my knives. I'm just not gonna do it. I can wait until I get a putty knife or a screwdriver or a prying tool, something that is. And the first knife that I'm going to show y'all is that exact classic example. All right, this is an electrician's knife. Y'all, everybody's seen these. Well, okay, everybody. Most people knows about an electrician's knife. They're made by Klein. They're made by you Colonial, Imperial. I mean, everybody makes one. This one, which I stumbled across at a sale. I don't even remember where it was. I've had it for years and years. But it has the locking. I keep it open with the screwdriver blade. I don't hardly. I mean, well, I'll show you. And it's got the good half stop, good close. But this, well, there's Max. Max decided to make an appearance. Old main blade is all the meat is there. It's got the, it's got the tieners, carbon steel, got the tieners on it. But this knife has never been sharpened. Never been, never been sharpened. Never been, I mean, to me, it looks like a factory grind. Okay, but the reason it's not sharp is because I don't use it as a knife. I had to go out to my shop and pull this off the workbench. And if I'm out there and I've got a pocket knife I'm trying to take apart, this is the work knife or the pry tool that I use to get the knife apart. Okay, it just sits there just like this on my bench. Okay, and it'll probably continue to sit there. Now you can buy these knives for $20, under $20 if you go out there and look for them. So they're not an expensive knife. The reason being is so there's so dang many of them been made by so many different people. So that's what that is. So I went to the post office a while ago. I sold a few knives on my eBay store, and y'all, I'm not trying to advertise for y'all to go buy knives off my store, but I think I've listed about 12, and I've sold 4. One guy asked me for an offer. I have them listed at the listed price. There is no best offer on them. You can't send me a request because they're listed cheap. You could buy a Rough Rider. I got a Brown Micarta Rough Rider Congress on there that sells for, I think it's $19 on Smoky Mountain Knife Work. I think I got mine listed for $16.99 plus shipping. So it will come to you a few dollars cheaper than you can buy it from SMKW, and it's brand new. I took it out of there, took some pictures of it, did a what you toting. I put it back in the packing, put it back in the box, and it's in a file cabinet, filed away, and stored as inventory. All right. When I went to the post office a while ago to ship a knife that I had sold, I just reached in my box of moderns. This is a modern knife, but it is a work knife. And how can I tell that? Look at the brand on there. Y'all see that? Husky. But this is the second one of these that I've got. The first one was a Tonto lockback work knife that I gifted to Brother Dwayne at Cross Creek Outdoors, and it's just a work knife. It is what it is. But anyway, this is a flipper. But let me tell you, did y'all hear that? I don't know who makes these for Husky. I don't know what, but if you look at it, it looks and seems to be Civivi. I don't know. One of these high-end companies is making these, and this is a big. Got the reverse Tonto blade, sharp as just can't get it. The steel is the thing. It's probably 440A. I don't know, but I hit it on the strop 3 or 4 times, and it works. Every time I cut something with it, box, packing material, my biscuit in the morning, whatever I cut with it, it works. Okay. Now, well, non-conventional work knife. Well, I might need to save this one. I don't know what order to do them in. Okay. What I'm talking about today is sod busters. Okay, as a work knife. Very common pattern. It's right up there with your trappers, your stockmen, and the sod busters. The big ones and the little ones are great everyday carriers. They're a fun knife, but they're a knife. They're not a power tool. They're not a screwdriver. Anyway, y'all probably remember this. Since I mentioned G-Man Gordon Holman, this is he calls this a sow buster. Okay. I threw this in there because uh, it's a great knife, and it's exactly the same size as a Sod Buster Junior. Okay, so I'm just saying it's a little more high end, but that's good carbon steel. You get a handmade sheath, and you can have it any way you want it: handle, cover, material, whatever, point, whatever. All right, the first three knives I'm going to show y'all are large Sod Buster. Now I've been carrying this one uh, for the entire month. This is in a Make Cutlery Great Again slip in honor of his father, Mike Yarlett Sr. I have agreed, or I have accepted the challenge to carry the same yellow Delrin knife. His daddy carried I think it's a 47 pattern. I'm not sure about that, but it's a 47 pattern Stockman. Uh, like my father, probably died with it in his pocket, or passed away. I shouldn't say that. Passed away with it in his pocket, and it will forever be in Brother Mike Jr.'s collection, and rightfully so. All right. The next knife is it's a Rough Rider. Now I have this slip came to me from Cross Creek Outdoors, and it had a La Jolla, I think that's how you say it, knife in it. That's the ones with the bumblebee on it. Okay, excellent knife, excellent steel, but it's Opelousas bone, and I cherish this knife. So it has gone to a different part of my knife storage area. It's in my collector's area, or what I call my well, the knives that aren't going anywhere. Okay, but I've adapted this sheath now, and it has another yellow Delrin, has a little sharpening stick stone. See that? Okay, very handy, very handy. And but this is a carbon steel out of the first carbon steel line, full size. I prefer the full size Starbuster. Now I got a bunch of them baby ones down there, juniors. Don't get me wrong, but this one is it's a liner lock. I've adjusted that liner lock because it's a little hot when you hold it doing some heavy cutting. But y'all look at them Tieners. I had this one in the kitchen for quite a minute. Okay, uh, I just love carbon steel, guys. I ain't gonna lie to you. You stainless steel. Most of the knives in the world made out of stainless steel, but you can't go wrong with this right here. Okay, I'm just giving you the. I'm just telling you. Okay, now this is. I think they call this T10. Don't quote me on that, but I think it. And I use this. This is a pocket slip. I know it's got a snap on it, but I've never carried it on a belt. I just slide it in my front pocket. It's no bigger. It's no bigger than the one I got from Make Cutlery Great Again. So it goes right in my pocket. Don't have no trouble with it. Now, I mentioned my eBay store. Available on my eBay store pretty soon is going to be this knife. Okay, Imperial full size Sodbuster in black. I can get it in yellow, and I will do it in yellow if you want it. But I'm going to sell these for $22. Now, this is a $12 knife. You can buy it just about anywhere for $12 to $20. But for $22, I'm going to take this knife and let me see. Well, I'm dropping them everywhere, y'all. Y'all hang with me because we're gonna get in there. Now this one's gonna come up in just a minute. I'm gonna talk about it, but I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you. We'll talk more about this in a minute. See that the tip on that knife, how it's been modified into a drop point? That's what I'm gonna do to these knives. I'm gonna give you a drop point blade, and I'm gonna cut a half stop in it. See, it doesn't have a half stop in it now. I'm gonna cut a half stop in it, and I will sell you this knife for $22 plus shipping from my store. That's Jim's Good Stuff on eBay. Not hard to find. It's in the description. They're not up there yet, but they will be. I gotta customize that one to where I can take the pictures of it to show it. Y'all excuse me because I dropped the star of the show on the floor. Oh, glad y'all didn't have to witness that in person. All right, one more little knife that I got them out of order here, but it's okay. It'll fit. Now this knife was gifted to me by Brother Aaron. I bought a slip from him, and he threw this in the pack, and he's just a wonderful guy. This is the modern flipper. It's a Roper Pecos or Pecos line. Okay, but an excellent work knife. I've gone over this 2 or 3 times. I call it's a back pocket folding hunter is what it is. But that is an excellent work knife. All right. Well, we'll just since I teased y'all with that point on that other one. I'm just go ahead and show this one. I had this one next to last, but we're gonna put it in here right now. This is a orange Sidebuster Junior that I got from Deep South Cutlery. Okay, now when I got it, this looked like a test piece, like they used this knife to test out certain things they were doing on one of these lasers, engravers. I don't know what they call them, but anyway, because if you look right here, see this, it's got, see these little divots? So I can get that. See those little divots in there? Okay, up here high, and then on the other side, they got it in 2 or 3 places. They were using this knife to test out what power, I think, that they were to use to put the engraving in these knives. And I have sanded it. This is not the, I keep having to, this is the thickness of a full size. And you see now that I have reduced the thickness of it quite a bit because I sanded and sanded and sanded and sanded on this bad boy until I almost got to, I'm not going to sand anymore out of it. But here's your huckleberry. You see that point? Okay, made it a spear point. Now watch this. Case Sidebuster don't come, these don't come with a half stop. Okay, so I cut me a little half stop in there. Still got all the properties, and it's just and this, I think this is a, I think it's a 23. It might be. Four. Okay, it's a 13. This is it's a 2013 Case orange Sidebuster. I love orange. Okay, so then I'll probably keep this one. Unless one of y'all want it. Got that in the Gordon Holman alligator, or excuse me, crocodile slip. Just it's perfect match for a Sidebuster. Fits right in there. Ain't no problem with that. All right, I'm gonna go through these real quick. This is I showed y'all the big Rough Rider carbon steel. Well, this is the small Sidebuster. Just got the regular police shield on it. Got your eye pin, Rough Rider. So we can get the tang stamp there. You got the double R Rough Rider. This is with the Y. It has the liner lock. Of course, I have adjusted this one too. And all I do is just take my Dremel tool and go over the top of that until I get it down to where it's not hot. You know, it doesn't squeeze you. But anyway, for $12, I think at Smoky Mountain Knife Works, can't beat that one. Now here's a brand that I picked up at Deep South Cutlery. Very intrigued with these. Brother Dwayne Clark, he bought one of these off their auction one night, and his is in denim micarta. I think he's got it in his pocket. I don't know if he done. I've left this one alone so far because I really, but man, Okay, now, and this is a it's a all these have what I call it. This drop point, spear point. I don't know what the heck all them points are, but okay, I'm calling this a drop point. I've been calling the other one drop point, but spear points is what they really are. But anyway, this one got a little that standard blade, uh, but what's this? I'm gonna cut my finger. Half stop, good half stop. For the money you pay for these, I think you can get them. There's an eBay store selling them for $22. You can't beat this little old knife right here. I mean, I ain't trying to sell nothing for nobody, but this is Brother Dwayne gave it. He gave it to the two thumbs up and the attaboy, and there you go. So uh, at that point, I knew I had to have one. So I got this one. May get some more of these. It's pretty good. But sooner or later it's gonna happen, guys. That point gonna go. I love this, but I ain't skinning too many muskrats or anything nowadays, or squirrels or anything like that. But I like it. It's been in my pocket for quite a bit. All right, here's the next one. And of course, this ain't got no half stop. It's a lockback, but look at that. It's got the blade. Did the blade adjustment. This sun gun is smoking sharp, stainless steel. And just to give y'all, this is a roper. Same as that knife I got from A-Dub. This is from the Pecos lines. But I have one of these coming in carbon. I'm gonna make some pretty good modifications on it, guys. I think y'all gonna enjoy that one. Okay, it won't be like this when I get through with it. All right, and last but not least, or next to last, it's my old friend. I've had this knife since 2004. It's a wonderful pocket knife. Uh, can't say nothing about it. And I showed it to y'all briefly a minute ago. But it's a case, orange Delrin. And this is how far back it go. Look at the blade on that one. She has been sharpened several times. Carbon steel. This don't get toted. But I've had this for a minute. I hadn't done anything to it. Not going to do anything to it. You already can tell that I broke the point years and years and years ago. Why? Because I was using it for something I shouldn't have used it for. The minute I did it, I knew I was wrong. But I broke about, it wasn't very much, probably, I don't know. But anyway, back in, I didn't have no grinders and didn't have none of that stuff. I took a file, put it in the old vise, and got after it. Got it where it needed to be. Put it on the old oil stone. Got it all sharp back up. And son, today, she's blistered. There's your tang stamp. That's the long one. Don't got to flip. All right, the last knife. Man, we're already at 23 minutes. Let me get y'all out of here. I'm gonna go through this and we're gonna get on out of here. This is an unusual knife. Okay, it's a black one, Sidebuster Junior, but everything is internal. Okay, it's it's clamped together with some kind of plastic fusion process. It has a seam, but it's hard to see it. And this is another one of them I ain't messed with. I told you a while ago about German knives. Okay, this is one that I'm not going to mess with. Doesn't have any liners in it. See that? Just an unusual knife. Classic pattern, but a modern day take on this knife. Now, this knife, I hope y'all can see it, but this knife is called the coal miner. Y'all see that? Coal miner. And right at the bottom of that coal miner, it says, made in Italy. Okay? Y'all see that? Part number, and it says Italy. And then I think I need to leave it open for the tang stamp. Get the tang stamp in there. The crown, and then there's a name above the crown, and that's stamped. That's not laser, whatever. And it says Robert Kloss. That's Klass, handmade. Okay, and so that's a black synthetic side buster. Don't care how many times you add it up. Case has a patent on the term side buster junior, and people can't use. They call them bull buster, side buster, coal miner, coal this. They call them all kind of stuff. Cotton buster, cotton rubber. It's got all kind of names. But Robert Kloss was alive during the First and Second World Wars, and when they put up the Berlin Wall, he was on the wrong side. He was on the east side, and if you look at all these high-end magazines, knife magazine, collector magazines and stuff, you're going to see some daggers that were made by Robert Kloss. He made daggers for the Third Reich, the SS. These were and right now they're very high end, thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. Okay, but when you look it up, make sure you look up Klass, Kloss, not Klaus. Okay, just the history is amazing. I I go down rabbit holes when I look stuff up. And I went through down. It's pretty high carbon steel. Yeah, it's got some tinners on there. It's stainless steel, but it's got, if you know what's going on, you can good high carbon stainless steel tinner up a little bit. But anyway, all right, guys, Work Knife Wednesday. I hope y'all enjoyed this. I am truly blessed by each and every one of y'all being my channel subscribers. I have 699 subscribers. Okay, y'all get me to 750, and we're gonna have an epic drawing. Okay, epic. I'm just telling you. I haven't decided how many places I'm gonna do, but I'm either gonna have one winner that's gonna be happier than a gopher with two tails, or I'm gonna have three winners and try to make all of them happy, which I can do because that's how I roll. I am blessed. Thank you for being here. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. I hope I informed you in some way. And remember, never forget rule number 9.